Knockout. When I'm not shopping or getting my nails done, I listen to the American Adversaries on AM 660, The Answer, WORL. These guys are the best when it comes to political professional wrestling. I'd step in the ring any day with these guys, but of course I'd win.
Yeah, she would win. Oh, my gosh. Oh, yeah. We're listening to the American Adversaries here on 660 AM.
We wouldn't mind a bit.
Not at all. I just pinned me, baby. That's right. Dr. Bernadette's not here. I can say that kind of stuff.
I think I'd go for the. I think I'd go for the head scissors, right?
Oh, my, yeah. Okay. I have to go now. Well, we are talking with B. Brian Blair, former county commissioner over there in Hillsborough County. And B. Brian, I've got a question for you. When you saw the response of the people in uniform to the terrorists and how rapid it was and what they ended up doing, I don't know about you, but I was really, really impressed by the way they reacted, the response times, and the way they tracked them and did all that stuff. As a county commissioner, you plan for these things, and hopefully they don't happen. What would be your take on the way it happened, and can you tell us how each city plans for these, or each area, goes through the motions?
Well, our sheriff here, David G., is phenomenal. As a matter of fact, people come from all over the state. I'm an honorary deputy, and we just went through our annual training. And the facilities that they have here in Hillsborough County are second to none. I mean, we have we have an actual 747 on the training grounds, things that we helped fund during my tenure, and the sheriff, the first responders are critical in any element of terrorism or somebody going, just off the handle, and whether it's terrorism or non-terrorism. I think that every law enforcement agency needs to share data.
Oh, whoops! Sounds like
he's gone.
Okay. We'll try to get him back on the line. In the meantime, that is B. Brian Blair, champion wrestler and also champion county commissioner.
What he did over there, we need that over here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody of that caliber, that able to save that much money and ferret out all the waste.
Yeah, exactly. And he's still very well dialed into not just local politics over there, but statewide politics as well. Mm-hmm. And he's got a good, keen sense for politics in general. Yeah. In the meantime, we got Meryl Lee of Vacation Travel Planners in the studio with us. She's over here because
she always sits on your side of the table. She never sits next to me. I don't know why.
She knows better.
Usually Dr. Bernadette's there, so.
That's
not here tonight.
Yeah, where is Dr. Bernadette?
Oh, she'll do it on Light Up Rio tonight. It's the country club's all decorated. They're turning the tree on, just like that's what's happening with Buddy downtown and over in Winter Park. Everybody's having their big celebration.
Yeah.
So she's preparing for that.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, in the meantime, Meryl Lee's got some new specials that she's going to tell us about here real quick.
I tell you, we went on a trip with her.
Yeah.
Last month, and it was just fantastic.
He's back. All right, okay. Well, we got Brian Bear Black. We'll be talking with Meryl Lee here in a minute. But, Brian, we dropped you about halfway through what you were saying there.
Well, it's been a minute and a half or so. Where was I at? I know I was talking about David G. and our tremendous training facility here in Hillsborough County.
You were in the process of saying police departments around the country.
And the first responders.
And
their training. And they come there.
Right, the top of our local responders, they need to have current data and real life data on what the FBI knows, on what everybody, whatever information has been gathered from Washington.
Well, Brian, that
come down to the state and then to the local level. Because they're the first responders. They have got to be aware.
Do you think that that's happening, though? And because this administration...
No, I do not think that that's happening. As a matter of fact, I know that it's not happening.
I see. And you know this firsthand.
I know this firsthand. I mean, I know that, they get bits and pieces, and if it's an extremely hot suspect, yeah, they'll tell our elite people here, they may put them on a couple suspects, but it's not enough. We have so much information that is simulated from D.C. that comes down to the state and can be sent. I mean, if you come back, the trainers of 9/11 were trained in Florida.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, flight trained. Yeah, flight training.
Yes, flight trained.
Yeah.
And there was information that could have possibly headed that whole 9/11 episode off just by sharing the information.
Well, there was a group of Army, I believe it was Army, it was military intelligence officials over at camp. What's the Air Force base right there? Is it MacDill?
MacDill.
Yeah, where you have Central Command.
Yeah.
And they did a project called Operation Able Danger. Did you ever hear of Able Danger?
Yes, I did.
Where they did basically computer profiling and had come up with 3 or 4 of the names of the terrorists and knew that they were in the country and were unaccounted for, and that they were known to be affiliated with Al-Qaeda. And they were not able to share that information because the Clinton administration had implemented this wall and not allowed this sort of information to be shared. And you're saying that sort of mentality is still continuing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's because of, we have a president that is a sympathizer, and he's walking the line. He's walking both sides of the line, and you can't do that. You have to be 100% dedicated to. I mean, the Attorney General came out today and said anybody that speaks against the Muslim religion will be, regardless of the Second Amendment, will be arrested. And I think, if you did that to the Christians, the Jewish, the Hindus, this is getting crazy, and it's all coming from the top. And if Hillary Clinton gets elected again, heaven forbid, we're going to have a third term of Barack Obama, and we might as well kiss this nation goodbye.
Yeah, we can't.
Yeah. Since you turn back toward politics, Trump is up way big in the polls. Is your sense over there that these poll numbers are accurate?
Yes, and that of course the establishment does not like this, and they're going to put out a lot of propaganda about how it'll hurt midterms and how it'll hurt the Senate races and the House races. But Trump has. There's a lot of things I don't like about Trump, but one thing I do like about him is I've got a family and I feel much safer, and my children need to work, and I feel like they're going to be in an economy, should he be elected president, that will provide them a job. And those two things go hand in hand. When Barack Obama says global warming is causing terrorism, I mean, my gosh, what does it take for anybody to see that the people in Washington have really taken their eye off the ball and are in la-la land?
One thing that I like about Trump, and I think this appeals to other people as well, although they may not have thought about it the way I do, and that is that he knows that he doesn't know everything, that he can't do everything, that for him to even think that he can sit down and put together, say, a comprehensive immigration plan is a futile effort. But what he does know is that he can find the people who can do it and set them to doing it. And that's really what we're looking for.
Every great president has surrounded himself with people smarter than he was.
And every great businessman has as well.
Exactly.
Every great businessman has as well. And I'm sorry, I just jumped in here and got back from Dallas, and I'm talking to Chris, and I'm sorry, forgive me, because this voice I'm hearing is...
Okay, you getting two voices on the phone?
Yeah, I got Chris, and I got Who's your partner?
Oh, Ken. Dr. K. That's Dr. K. Yeah, Ken.
Dr. K. Okay, yeah. Dr. K.
Sorry about that, Brian.
I feel bad when I can't say Dr. K, because we're with an intelligent man, and I'm sitting here listening to an intelligent man speaking. I can't call him by his first name.
You see, because I live by the same principle. I surround myself with people smarter than me too. See, so
right, exactly. And I built Four Goals gyms with over 12,000 members, and it wasn't me who did it. It was the fact that I was fortunate enough to pick the right people, surrounded myself with the right people that helped me. I made the right decisions, and that's what Trump does. He surrounds himself with he vets his employees. He surrounds himself with the right people. It's the same thing he would do with the military. It's the same thing he would do with, believe me, Republicans love the environment, and other people love to bash Republicans about the environment. But he may believe in eminent domain, and sometimes eminent domain is necessary. And most of the time, if you ask the people who went through eminent domain, 90% of them are more than happy because they got paid twice as much as their property was worth,
or more.
So the Republican establishment in the very near future is going to start hitting him harder and harder. It just came out that they feel, if you elect Trump again, not to take more of your time here, but that it would hurt the midterms.
Yeah.
It's just not true.
No, I think that they're panicking on the one hand, and they're trying to create a panic on the other hand. And but they definitely are shaking in their boots because they don't know who they hate the most, Ted Cruz or Donald Trump, and they're one